Welcome to Profile Traders, and this is the market recap for September the 11th. If we go back to my previous recap, I specifically told you that 1980 for ES is the make it or break it level, and nothing on the upside will happen until we break 1980. And upon the break of 1980, we see a deluge of selling coming into the market, confirming that the breakout is real. So far, twice we have reached that level. Actually, if I count the third profile in the back here, that's close enough to 80 to call it a retest of 80 as well. So 3 times we did hit the number and we cannot break it. Therefore now we are stuck. We are stuck in a trading range that will need to break either above 2000 to 2002 in order to go towards 2011, and if we break that level, then we will be in a new high territory, or we have to break this 1980 in order to go to the next level, which is really 1960. Between 1980 and 1960, there is literally very little support. So continue to monitor the same 2 levels, 2000 to 1980. If you see a break happening and it's not giving any follow through off of these 2 main levels, it's gonna tell us that the breaks are fake, and therefore you should fade the 1980 or fade the 2000 until one of these good days, one goddamn machine decides that enough is enough and is gonna go whack on the sell side. Till then, welcome to trading range that is going to be going back and forth between 1980 to 2000. Now, the very interesting market of crude. This morning when we came in, after our dear pimp last night scared ISIS with his ferocious speech, which was so scary that I literally urinated into my pants, because I did not want to be ISIS and have such a decisive, shrewd, crude and rude leader such as Hussein giving me a warning that he's gonna come after me. Holy moly. So as the news came out this morning, there was a sell-off, believe it or not, in the market of crude. A sell-off, right? After we announced that we're going to go into war with them, somehow the scumbags in the pre-market manipulated to the downside for absolutely no rhyme, no reason. And of course, when this guy shook everybody out of the market during the overnight, immediately off the open his body jumped in and he took it all the way back up, crushed everybody on retracement sells into the overnight, and managed to close it at 93. When I tell you, you are living in a zoo, when I tell you you are living in a zoo run by a bunch of monkeys, and there are no more rules, no regulation in anything and anywhere, and that thieves can come into these markets right under your nose, manipulate it, rob it, steal it, and pocket it without SEC even bothering. Believe me that I am not a paranoid psychopath telling you stories. So you see the good example of excellent manipulation. One scumbag comes down, destroys it in the overnight as if that was it, crude is for free. The second later the day session opens is 360 degrees reversal. Why, how, doesn't matter. It's not fundamentally driven. It's driven by a bunch of thieves and crooks, and they do whatever they want. They can come in tomorrow, take crude to $20, the next day bring it back up to $80 if they want. That's how easily it's done in this zoo, in this filthy, nasty zoo. Can we trust today's move? You know what? I don't trust anything anymore. Anything. It has reached a level where it's so sick that you cannot trust anything. Today close is a very strong close. Will I be surprised if tomorrow morning one or other scumbag off of Switzerland or some Liechtenstein or some other foreign country comes in and manipulate the market to make $50-60 million a day? Of course it can happen. But I'm still gonna bother giving you some levels of support in case we do get a pullback. First level of support will be at 92.5. Second level of support will be at 92.10. Third level of support will be at 91.42. And I don't think we're gonna go any lower. This kind of a rejection of the bottom, which was also, if you remember, my last of the last extension to the downside, which I told you a long time ago, that this 90, 95, 91 is going to be a possibility of a touchdown, where this blue line has been on my daily for a long time ago, and it looks like that's the level that finally stopped it. So it is so oversold now, from 104 to almost 90, pretty much straightforward, with 5 legs in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this could possibly be the final leg down, where we could now see a little bit of an oversold bounce, which could possibly now take us towards 95 to 96. As a result, based on today's event, the chart is turning bullish, and is turning bullish off of significant support. Therefore, buy the pullbacks until we possibly reach 95 to $96 a barrel. And you have all your levels of support for pullback in case we get a pullback. On the upside, in the very short term time frame, the first resistance that we will have to deal with is 93.70 to 94. Now, if we do reach that level, since we have now come up from 90.5 all the way to 94, I doubt that we are going to break 93.70 to 94 unless it's a Middle East news driven action. Other than that, I believe that that level is now a very strong resistance, and it is not going to break it easily. We may touch it and then reject back into today, and then we're gonna spend a little bit of a time in between this massive amount of range of 91 to 93.70 until we decide if we're gonna go retest one more time this low of 90.3, or if it's enough of testing and not breaking and finally go higher towards 95, 96. So be very careful when price is going to reach 93.70 to 94. It's strong resistance up there. Now the same shenanigan and the same masquerade is continuing in gold, which for absolutely no reason whatsoever, the invisible hand is weakening it and weakening it and weakening it every single day, as if the asset at this price have so much gain in their hands that the whole world is taking profit still at these levels. The goddamn thing has dropped from I can't remember how much the high was. Let me quickly check. Roughly 1750, whatever the high was, straight down to 1100, and still at 1200, 1250, invisible hand is pressuring it. I give you my word. I give you my word that the smart money is accumulating all that they can by shaking out every single weak hand that there is out there. If I had to choose one asset that compared to the rest of this Godzilla orgy that is going on everywhere you look around, from real estate to the market to other sectors, this is the most undervalued and one of the soundest that there is out there. So don't fall too much into this crap that you are seeing on a daily basis, gold wing pressure. When it's gonna take off, it is not gonna say hello, I'm taking off. They will have accumulated enough in their filthy pockets that when the markup is gonna start, it's gonna leave everybody in the dust. So I am extremely bullish on gold. From here to 1180, which was the previous low we have seen, I am extremely bullish. All the paper out there, as I explained the last time, are returning zero rate. Inflation is rampant, despite what I hear from the crazies of the central banks. And I think valuation, when an asset such as gold reaches its extraction cost, even though that I hear the phony baloney BS that market is now hot on risk, they don't want anything that is not risky and this and blah and blah. All that crap will change when they decide to mark up this asset that they have accumulated for this long at these depressed prices. There is a lot of catch up to do for gold. So can it go further down? I warned you that we had levels that we should not have broken, and if broken, we were gonna come down to this 1240, 1235 level. It's not that I did not give you the breakdown levels, but at this stage I'm starting to become very, very bullish on it. I think it's grossly, unjustifiably overdone. And don't give me that BS of the rally of the dollar and this and that. I wouldn't wipe the back of my dog with dollars. That's how much I believe is worth that toilet paper, worthless, that is being printed and distributed to every arms dealer, drug dealer, human trafficker. Every scumbag in the world has a piece of dollar in his pocket, as much as we have printed. It's worth less than a toilet paper, trust me. So this now 35 is support. If we do break that, possibility that we're gonna come down towards 1320, 1220 to 1215. But we are starting to approach longer and bigger time frame magnificent support. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen with gold moving from now till the end of the year. As for the garbage called the euro, Mr. Draghi, the champ, opened up his sewage mouth today talking about nonsense. And the funny part is that he shaved his head and he had a big beard. He is now Mr. Draghi Benny. Mr. Draghi Benny took him several years to finally realize that he needs to be Benny. He needs to do QE. He needs to buy garbage assets with printing. He needs to do secret market manipulations that are illegal, that are going to go under the books. Nobody will find out about it. He now even suggests that the government should give loan guarantees for small businesses. Draghi, you drag queen, you druggie, you criminal, mind your own goddamn business. You are not in the business of loaning money to small businesses or big businesses. Mind your own goddamn business. Don't worry about stuff that you have no business to worry about. Don't try to be Ben Bernanke, you little rascal. So, today he gave us a whole bunch of measures that goddamn retard bastard idiot wants to take in order to supposedly boost the European economy. You bastard have done 6 years of printing. What the hell have you achieved, you losers, central bankers? The only thing that you have achieved has been to fatten up the pockets of handful of billionaires and the scumbag politicians. Stop thinking that everybody in this world is an idiot and believe in your garbage. The garbage that this drug addict, drag queen has done is to totally destroy the value of the euro. So from here everything is on the table. How the market will react to this nonsense garbage of Draghi the drag queen, it's to be seen. So far it's junk. It's a tight range, sideways trading range. It is not going anywhere. And could it go to 2.78? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Who wants to own this piece of garbage euro with a charlatan, incompetent son of a dog by the name of Draghi in charge of it, for God's sake? So for the time being, the low that I gave you the last time, 1.2859, still remaining in place. And for us to exit out of this mess here, we need to exit off of 1.2993. So your trading range goes from 1.2993 to 1.2859. Until one of these two breaks, you sell that level at the top, you buy the level at the bottom. That's all we can do, because you can see it is in the trading range. Nobody gives a goddamn rat about this euro anymore, and very little trading interest towards it as well. Hope it will change, because it would be a good thing for the forex traders not to sit on their behind for hours and hours to watch and fluctuate 10 pips here and there. So that's about it. You guys have a great evening. Talk tomorrow.